Hey guys, that's probably my favorite cup. When I first saw it, I was like, what's going on here? But yeah, it tricks a lot of people. And I think one day I can do a pretty cool prank on it. But I wanted to say, you probably saw me lifting the hood up, and I'm putting oil in the car, and reason being is because my car's a bit older, right? So I picked it up for $1,000. One of my family members is a mechanic, and he said, hey, do you want to grab this car? So I was like, yeah, absolutely, because I didn't have a car at the time. And I had savings to buy a $20,000 car. But then I thought about it and I was like, ooh, why do I need a $20,000 car, right? Because for me personally, I just need a car right now to get me from A to B. So it cost me $1,000 to purchase it because it was a trade-in, and then $1,000 to fix it. Now the value of the car is $12,000. And I was like, it's a no-brainer. I might as well get it. And even if I don't like it after 2 years, I can still sell it and probably make a few dollars on it. But I wouldn't know this without one of my family members being a mechanic, right? So it's always good to know certain people in certain industries who know their ins and outs, just like with building and construction, just like with retail, fashion, anything. It's always good to have an insider, right? But you know, so then sometimes if I feel like it's lacking a bit of oil or stuff like that, I just get some oil and I add to it, right? Where with the $20,000 car, yes, I wouldn't probably have to do that. I'd probably have free service for the first 2 years, but I would lose $20,000, right? And as I say, it's always best to have more money in your pocket because you never know when you need it. Or you know, I always feel myself that it's best to invest your money, even if it's small investments and you don't see it, or do things that make you happy and stuff like that. And I get it if, you know, you might be like, oh, well, but cars make me happy. Well, yes, but in my scenario, cars don't make me happy. So I thought, oh, I'll rather use that money for something else. But yeah, so that's what I just wanted to say, guys. You know, don't worry about what anyone says. I drive $1,000 car around, and you've probably seen it looks really nice inside. It's got a nice sunroof and leather seats, but it's not the prettiest car on the outside. But it's my car, and it's paid off, and I know every single month that how much money I make, I keep. It doesn't go 400, 500 out of my pocket to pay for a car, right? And the car depreciates as well. So that was my my move. I thought, oh, okay, let's do it, because I need a car, and wow, $1,000, and it's done by a family member, polished everything, so it's a no-brainer to take that. But keep as much money as you can in your pocket, and don't buy unnecessary shit you don't need. Yeah, as I said, could have bought a really nice car, really nice four-wheel drive, but I thought, no, wait a bit. In a few years we might buy that $20,000 car, right? But right now there's no rush, and it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It's what's best for you. All right, now the sun's really nice today. It's still early. It's gonna be 28 degrees, blue sky. So we're gonna go for a quick walk and refreshen up, and then we're gonna have an exciting day of eating in between work. And let's go for it. how beautiful is that? So if you're not from Australia, I'm sure you really appreciate the beaches that we have here. And even if you are from here, I suggest, you know, go down the Great Ocean Road, go down to Sorrento, get out of the city and recharge. And, you know, recharging is really important for you. I mean, you know, if you're constantly working and you feel stressed, or even in general you need a break, you know, get a car. If you don't have one, rent one, and just go out, get out of the city and go out for an hour or two away from your main city, and go into the towns, you know, go where the beach is. If you're not close to the beaches, go where the farmers live, and, you know, go pick some cherries, go and do whatever's best for you. Go to the forest, right, and get that recharge in. And you know, it's all about a balance. Even though I say work hard, you got to find that balance that's really going to give you that boost to take you to the next level and to keep helping you progress. Because if you're constantly working, you will weigh yourself down, and sometimes it's good to work, take a step back and see what you've accomplished and be proud of it. Even if you think you haven't done much, you've done great just by starting, right? And don't base it on financials or anything like that, because at the start you won't be making money anyway. But just trust yourself and follow the process. And yeah, I strongly suggest you keep recharging. I'm probably going to do another recharge later and then jump on the laptop tonight. I actually woke up this morning and I was like, whoa, what's going on with the times? Because it was 9:30 on my phone, and everywhere around the house it was 10 past 10 and 10:30. And yeah, so sometimes it's good to have a sleep in as well, yeah, just to get that recharge. But let's see what else we can show you. So just in Footscray, buying some bread rolls, some pate, some butter. I'm going to cook some eggs at home. As I always talk about, try save your money if you can. And we could go out and eat easy, but it would be easily spent in $50, $70, you know, so why not spend $10 instead of that and eat as much as you want at home. So I'm just going on my walk. It might seem like exercise, but it's actually my recharging walk, right? It's good to get out of the house, get some fresh air and some sun, you know, vitamin D and all that. That's really important for you, mentally and physically. I mean, don't spend too much time inside. And, you know, while you I thought a bike was gonna hit me. While you have good weather and things like that, make sure and you make the most of it. You know, I know heaps of people, they stay inside all the time and they work 9 to 5, and, you know, they're content with that. But the way I see it, you know, if you've got beautiful weather, go and use it. I mean, you know, especially here in Melbourne, it's quite cold, it rains a lot, and we don't really have the proper Australian summer here, right? But we love the lifestyle, and, you know, that's why we love Melbourne. And the weather, it just grows on you. That's why they say you need to have 4 different clothing with you: spring, summer, autumn and winter, because you never know what's going to happen. It might be sunny in the morning or rain in the afternoon, and, you know, we just go for it and we adjust, you know. So I guess that's something we all come a part of being a Melbourneian. But same thing applies to life, guys. If something changes, you adjust. And as I wanted to say, it's good to, you know, get away from your house, go for a walk, and think mentally, you know, think about your life, your work and all that, where you want to improve, what you think would be better. And even if you're in a really, really bad spot now, and, like, you know, negativity, mentally, physically, whatever it may be, just remember, you know, you have the chance to change all that, right? And there's heaps of potential in every one of us. Even if you might not be like, oh no, I could never do that. Well, have you tried? That's the thing, it's about trying, right? And even if you fail, like, you know, it might be 5 times, 10 times at a certain thing. You look at people like who wrote the Harry Potter book. She got told 13 times no, And when you think about it, it's a wizard with a stick, right? And you're telling me this is going to be one of the best books ever? Forget it. I'll go with this guy over here. The guy who signed him, trust me, he saw the vision. And that's what it comes down to, you know, into investments and stuff like that too. Sometimes people don't see eye to eye what you have to offer. And some people jump in and like, fuck, this is a mad idea. Let's go do it. I'll do it right now. Here's the check. And that's me saying in simple and principle, right? But it takes a long time just to meet those people. But as long as you're out there and throwing your energy out there, it will loop back at you straight away. I mean, I've been having conversations with people recently, very close friends, and people who I thought I wasn't even close with. We have so much in common. And you know, I'm actually considering going into the trade, because down the track I think it'd be awesome to have a trade underneath me. And also it's a very good business opportunity as well, because once you qualify, you can become an owner of that trade, and really the potential is endless. And as you know, with any great startups and ideas, you need cash flow, and that's one hook I'm looking at from this point of view. If I have great income coming in, I can fund my e-commerce stuff, I can fund all that, I can fund side businesses, I can get investment properties and things like that. But unless you have that cash flow, guys, in all honesty, it's not going to happen. And you know, even if you're looking for investors and things like that, you still have to put a bit of money up front. I mean, it's very rare that someone gives you 100% and then you got to work your way back to give them all that money back. But it is possible too at the same time. But obviously it's always better if you have your own capital to enter. But so there's opportunities, you know, where going into the trade, yeah, it's hard work, but at the same time, if you got to hustle for 4 years to get where you have to, you might be in a job where you're making 50k, right? And here where I start in the trade, I might be starting off with 30, which is a massive pay cut, right? But when you look at the long-term goal, hustling away for 4 years, and if you take that job that's 50k, in 4 years, you might be in the same position doing the same shit that you hate, and you'll still be at 50. Where if I take on this trade and I have a really great feeling that I'll be good at it and I love it, that 30k will turn into 100k, right? And then if I go into my own, the opportunity is endless. But if I don't try, I'll never know, right? And that's the one thing I've been thinking about on my recharge this weekend. So right now it's Sunday, Easter Sunday, and tomorrow in the morning I'm gonna wake up early. I got no work, nothing planned, and I'm still gonna wake up early and see my options, work on a few things, get my laptop out, and yeah. So guys, look at your options, see what you can change, and I'm gonna go for it and see what happens. And as you know, I'll document everything, because I want to show you guys in this channel that, you know, if you think you don't have the opportunity to be a business owner, entrepreneur, or any sort of change in your life, I'm that example. And when we look back at this video in a few years, we'll be like, oh wow, he changed, I can do it too, you know. And that's the whole purpose of this. But we'll do it together, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And don't wait for permission from anyone, but have a really good think about what you want to do, right? Because as I told you, regret is awful. You can't go back in time. And the best advice I ever got, and I want to pass it on to you, is that if you start something, make sure you finish it, because once you finish it, you'll feel so good. And hey guys, the whole point is trying in life, right?